You hear the term cloud computing out there quite a bit, but in reality, there's multiple service models that can describe exactly how cloud computing is being implemented, and that's what we want to talk about in this video. Services that are offered by cloud computing can really be separated into three main categories, and these are known as service models. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, has defined these three service models as software as a service, or SaaS, platform as a service, or PaaS, and infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. So let's go take a look at what each one of these means. You do need to be familiar with these on the exam. Make sure you can recognize which one you're looking at based on the description that you might see. We'll start with software as a service, SaaS. This is where a consumer gets some cloud space out there or gets the cloud functionality, and they can use the provider's applications running on a cloud infrastructure. Now, this is usually something that we're going to access with a web browser or some other thin client application. You have very limited user-specific application configuration settings, but you do have a service, you do have software out there that you can just connect to and run. A good example of this would be Microsoft's Office 365 or Google Docs or those sorts of things. The next one is platform as a service, PaaS. And with platform as a service, the consumer, whoever's paying for the cloud service, can deploy onto cloud infrastructure consumer created or acquired applications that were created using programming languages, library services, or any kind of tools supported by the provider. There's infrastructure sitting there, and I can simply load my applications and stuff onto there, and then other people can access them and run them. But that's platform as a service. Now, keep in mind, with platform as a service, the consumer, the person paying for the cloud space and service, doesn't manage or control the underlying infrastructure, things like the network, the servers that his application's running on, the operating systems, or storage. You basically have an application or something that you want to run and make available to everyone off of the cloud, and you're going to choose and pay for a service that has the operating system that supports what you're doing, storage requirements and network connectivity requirements, and so forth. But once you put your stuff in that infrastructure, keep in mind, you're not going to manage the servers, the OS, keep it updated or anything. You're just going to put your particular applications out there, and people are going to be able to access them and use them. And then the last one is infrastructure as a service. And this is just what it sounds like. The consumer can provision processing, storage, network connectivity, and functionalities, along with other fundamental computing resources. And the consumer is able to deploy and run arbitrary software, which can include operating systems and applications. And so here, you're kind of getting a lot more of everything. It's almost like you're taking your on-site server room, moving it to the cloud, and paying for the privilege of using it. Now, notice what you don't have here. You don't have the physical maintenance requirements on this equipment. You don't have to worry about the environmental aspects, physical security, any of that sort of stuff. But you're going to be able to go up there and provision processing, storage, networking, and so forth. And so this is infrastructure as a service. You're just going to buy the infrastructure space and then start to load up exactly what you need. Make sure these service models make sense. Really wouldn't be a bad idea to go out and read just a little bit about these service models. Everything gets classified into these three, and you'll probably get questions in this area on the Network Plus exam.